Hello everyone. Dealing with a heat wave today. I got Fahrenheit 107-degree heat going on. Um, and I anticipated this because we've been really warm the last few days, and today is supposed to be a doozy. So I left my barrels half full, and right now I'm pumping cold water into them because room temperature in here is pushing the tank up to 87.3 degrees, which is 2.3 degrees higher than what they're used to, or their max, what they're used to, because it's between 84 and 85. And when my fish get around 89, I start to see some of them don't like it and they start to struggle. I got one right now showing a little dark color up there in the corner. Not happy about the temperature. He's starting to look disheveled. So I have to take action. I've filled the other half of both of these barrels up with cool water to bring the barrel temperatures down, and they're relatively cold. This is not matched temperature wise. I put a bunch of prime in. Half the barrel's rested, half the barrel's not. But I have to do it. And what I'm going to do now is just drain a bucket at a time out. Let the sump empty, add a bucket's worth of cool into the sump, watch the temperature drop, and until I get myself below 85 degrees, and then we should be good for the rest of the day, because it takes a while for it to creep up like this. But even yesterday it was above 85. I think we started this morning at about 85.2. Here we go. And yesterday peaked out at 85.7, so I left it alone. But that's what we have to do for this. So as you can see, I'm just waiting for it to fill right up, because I'm going to be using probably several buckets, one bucket at a time, so don't shock anybody. Slowly bring it down. I've already added a little bit of cold water, just straight in, because things were getting bad. It didn't do anything. It's only added like an inch. So I'll get to that. I'll hit pause. Hopefully it stays paused. Okay, so grab the little stand here. So barrel water is very cool right now. I've got my clamps, my trusty clamps, got my hose, and slow drain into the bucket, and then we'll slow drain from the barrels into the sump with the cool water. Everything's been heavily hit with prime to make sure I don't kill anybody, and we're gonna go. Here we go. This is Operation Cool Down My Tank Before My Fish Overheat. I'm literally 1.5 degrees away from that point where they start to die, because it's too far away from what they're used to. It's okay like 1 or 2 degrees, but if you shift 4 or 5 in a day, they don't do well. So you got to stop that. One way I dealt with it in the past, but doesn't work very good, was I was freezing 2-liter bottles, and then I would throw the couple frozen 2-liter bottles into the sump, and it did cool it down, but it was the bottles would melt very fast, and I'd only get like maybe half a degree of change. So it's too slow if you got to drop several degrees to wait for water to freeze. So now I'm doing it this way. I did it this way last time, several weeks ago, and I didn't kill anybody. But I mean, everything's a risk in life, and right now the risk of overheating is higher than the risk of death, because I am too close to the fresh tap water. Again, these barrels are only half fresh tap water and half rested, so it's not a complete problem that way. So I'm going to drain a bucket, and then I'm going to put a bucket of cool water in my sump, The sump should cool down rapidly. It'll slowly start to mix in the tank. I'll wait 10-15 minutes, and then I'll repeat the process until I start to see my, the 10-15 minutes is to let the cool water mix, and I'll just keep going until I get down below 85 degrees and I'll quit. So that's how I'm going to do this, one bucket at a time. Maybe 2 buckets, maybe. But I think one's the wiser thing to do, because we don't want to shock them. I almost want to do 2 though. We're going to do one at a time. We need the temperature to climb down relatively slow. If I was rich, I'd probably install some kind of cooling system, but yeah. Also, I live in a cold environment, so it'd kind of be a waste of money, to be honest. I only have to worry about this a few days a year, and right now we're in the peak heat season, so it's to be expected right now. And I'm developing ways to get around it without having to buy big expensive units like that. So developing ways around all my little problems with these fish. By the way, we have eggs. This bucket's about to fill, so once I get the next bucket going, once I get the refill going with the cool water, I'm going to take the camera over. I'll show you how the eggs are doing. They're definitely darkening up. They definitely don't look like they used to months ago. Months ago, they'd be laid. They would look yellow, but then they would just turn white after like about 18 hours. The timeline remained the same. I did everything to address water. You know, it didn't matter. The fish were just immature. But now they start yellow, and within 12 hours they turn black. And they were a little dark this morning, but it was hard to tell. And now they're dark. And the wigglers were dark. They were black. So we're looking pretty good on the first batch of successfully hatched discus babies that do not get eaten by ely. And then that means I got 2 weeks to get brine shrimp hatcheries in here, but that's okay. I've got the money. So we'll get those in here. I'm very excited to have my first successful batch of discus babies. They'll be Germans. One of them's a Stenker, and the other one, I'm not sure what it is, just a German snakeskin. Okay, so now we run the cool water. It's already been loaded up with prime from the barrel. Okay, from the barrel into the sump. That big batch has pot scrubbies coming for the barrels downstairs for the Oscar tanks to help their biomedia out. And adding other things I have that work good as biomedia in those barrels over time. And soon they'll be packed with biomedia just like this thing is. And the siphon begins. Got her clipped and safe. I just gotta watch that fill. We're starting at 83.7. Let's have a look see there. Okay, so we're starting at 87.3. I need to get below 85 using this method. Cool water from the barrel into the sump. We got a minute. Let's go look at the eggs. Look at those beautiful things. Look at them. Oh yes. Good job, Mom and Dad. Very, very, very good, attentive parents. Mature, ready to go. Beautiful colors. When they mate, the male sort of picks at her. That's where that little white spot came from. Yeah, they get a little rough with each other. Just waiting for that sump to fill back up. Probably take a while. I'm going to pause this for a minute. Actually, you can see how I'm doing it, so there's no need to continue really. I guess I won't keep this hanging. This is a long enough little video, but that's how I deal with overheating. And I'll probably have to spend about half an hour switching out buckets here slowly. Maybe do it slowly over the course of an hour. We'll see how fast the temperature drops or not. Thanks for watching, and I'll have a live stream going later tonight with Oscar maintenance. I'm just waiting for stuff to cool down. Glad I didn't. I was going to get into it a little while ago, but I'm glad I didn't because I needed to do this. So we'll do it tonight, and thank you for watching.